What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Y'all know what it is. It's Tales from the Jails. We're here live in Empowerment USA. TNS Media Group. It's the team and the family. You know, and welcome everybody to another episode of Tales from the Jails Live. You know, where we, give our opinion on different things. But ultimately, I want to say this and make it clear: Tales from the Jails does not glorify going to prison in any way. These are just real situations, real scenarios. Is real life. So we just here spreading the awareness to help deter individuals and people out here breaking law, to stop breaking law, so they don't have to end up in prison or even worse, to be in the grave. So what's going on with you, Mr.
You
Jack?
talking about something, man? I'm good today. You talking about even worse, the grave? Prison might be even worse than me.
No,
excuse me, more worse. It's over when you're in there with life. When you lose everything, I'm talking about everything. You lose your dignity. Like we always talk about going to prison, man, that aspect of it, out here committing crimes, like, being in the street. I don't really know if the audience or the family, man, really, dig the gravity, the significance of being incarcerated, man. Like if any of y'all got dogs or cats, like animals or something like that, like, dog lovers or whatever, it come a time where, you may put them in a cage or, secure them where, they don't run around and do mischievous things throughout the house and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that for a second. A dog, they'd be in a cage all day on
But
there.
even with that, like, when dogs be in the cage like that, when they let out, they don't know how to act. They just run wild.
Yeah, we ain't talking about the let out. We just talking about what makes that dog act out when he's finally let out. And what that is being in the cage.
Yeah.
Being in the cage, man, like, a lot of people, probably look at it like, man, just going to jail, whatever, doing your little time, stay out the way, man. It's mentally, it stings your mental for a very long time, if not forever, man. Me, I can speak, it's looking like it's going forever for me. Just the remnants of it, like, just the walls, the smell, just being in there is a whole different ball game, man. Like, that's why I ain't never died, nothing like that, but I know dying is final. And, I'm not going to get on, my religion aspect of it, because everybody has their own religions. And we go on for hours about that, but dying, I haven't done that actually yet. I know it's final and everything that come with that and, everything else. But going to jail, I've did that. I've did that for years, decades on end. And man, that's a very demoralizing, humbling, I'm talking about humble Hamza. Like, after you do is, every man has a breaking point. Every man, every woman, every human being, I should say, has their breaking point in life. And when you got to travel, that penal system, as far as, and that's a course that you got to take throughout your life, man, you will, if you're doing a significant time, there will come a point in there where you be like, you will make a drastic outlook at your life thus far and how you're going to conduct your life in a mannerism that's, of a citizen or whatever it may be, but you will make final thoughts during that course of life of being in the penitentiary.
So you speak about, like, because we don't know, we know what we know about death from our religion and what it says about death and what happens to you when you're in the grave, so forth and so on. But you're looking at it and saying that being in prison is like dying without actually experiencing death.
Yes.
So we can say that maybe that might be a little far-fetched, but I respect your opinion, but we gotta look at it and see it could be probably the worst thing that happen to an individual that's alive.
Yes.
So that's probably why you're comparing to death, because
Yes.
death seems so harsh and so hard, and it seems like it can be.
And it's final, like when
Yeah.
you see it. You see it, like for those, you got people that haven't seen prison. We all have seen death. Whether it be you actually seen the actual, how it happened, or actually, walked up and went to a funeral or a janazah and know that was final. That's what you do know for a fact. What you know for a fact, beyond reasonable doubt, you see this is what happened. Now with prison, you know that too. For the ones that been like, man. But like you said, you absolutely right though. But I ain't saying nobody is wrong or right, but it's just something that, just to think about, man.
For sure. Shout out to Mr. G's WP. I'm assuming that's West Philly. So I know you thorough. So yeah, shout out to you, man, for the donation, for the $9. For the $10. Appreciate that, man. Now, the thing that it's a quick topic I want to speak to you about. I know we talked about this a little earlier. Is Gucci Mane a snitch? Because I'm just saying these are speculations coming out. Now we don't know if this is true. They're saying he gave statements or not. But we was talking about this earlier. Like if Gucci Mane, I know he portrays the images of being a hardcore rapper and things of that nature. He actually been arrested for certain things, maybe killing people, or he killed somebody before self-defense, so they say, or whatever case may be. He's been in jail multiple times. Just came from doing a long stint, I believe, in the Feds or something like that. And now he's out. He's so-called living the life of a normal civilian. Basically, like, he's now trying to do business and things of that nature and stay out of the streets, where he's not promoting the street violence. He's staying with his wife and his kids and all these different things. Now, the speculation and rumors, whatever have you, is that he was robbed and kidnapped by one of his artists, Pooh Shiesty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're saying that there are speculations that he's giving statements to the feds or who are involved. Is he a rat? Because think about it, he changed his life. Now, is he a snitch? Is he a rat?
See, this is a very, very, very slippery.
If this is true, I'm sorry. If this is not saying it's true, if this is true that he gave statements, is he a rat?
Like, I just seen like news conference, because I've been following, just being newsy. Me, when I got free time, I'm scrolling through Instagram, I'm watching all types of clips pop up. So I'm seeing lawyers or DAs in that particular case with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a DA that said that Gucci Mane gave statements. That's why they went ahead and did what they had to do, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If he were to do that and this was true in his status today, like, if we gonna be thorough and smart about it, like the man, he portrays an image because he's a rapper, he's an artist.
Correct.
Now, if not to say that what he's talking about, he's factual, because we see a lot of rappers today that rap about street life and never did nothing. Like, who the one dude that talk about taking pills all the time? He ain't never took a drug in his life.
Future.
You know what I'm saying? So they portray, entertainment is portraying.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment is all an act. It's whatever it may be a real act, it may be fake, but just know that it may be an act. Now, with him carrying on in this is just my opinion, and it don't mean it's right because it's coming from me. But from me thinking back on my convict ways, something that I can't get fully out of me, because I'm not saying I'm a convict, I'm going to go out there and commit crimes, no. But I have a mentality that has been indoctrinated me for decades. So certain things I can't shed just like that. But now when I go back and say, do I think that he snitched? Now, again, like I said, he's an artist. He got an image to portray to make his money. And his line of work is a musician. He raps.
Yeah, so he's a law-abiding citizen. Yes, go ahead.
He raps, and I don't know him personally. I don't know if he because from my understanding, he raps about some real live gangster stuff, right?
I believe so. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And if this is true, like he gangster, and he does that, but like again, this is entertainment. That don't mean it's true because I'm rapping about it.
Mm-hmm.
The image that I have seen him, thus far since me knowing of Gucci Mane and who he is.
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane. I apologize about that, but my opinion, I think this man is a businessman, right? And by me thinking he's a businessman, and when I say a businessman, meaning legit, he ain't got no dealings, not to say I don't know what he do with his downtime, but what I could see of him being on TV, a star, something that people look up to, is music, good people. A lot of people all over the country love Gucci Mane. So I'm seeing this as something that's legit.
Yeah, we try to get him on the podcast too.
I seen this something as legit. So now, him being robbed, if that was to happen, these allegations was true that they're bringing up against Pooh Shiesty and them, and if this happened and Gucci Mane took the route of, identifying Pooh Shiesty and them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it happened to him, like me, I'm gonna go ahead, like the man, like, he rapping about something. If he's rapping about these allegations and all that, like he's standing on, he's doing this and he did that, he out of pocket, he told. But if he's just a regular, when I'm saying that my raps is fake, I'm just making my money. But I'm paying bills and I'm a taxpayer, and I'm as I think he is. Yeah, he's a bit man. Man, I can't call him. Like if he's not a rat, he's not in the streets. If this is the image that I'm thinking that he is, he's not in the streets. That's like if you ask me, not to cut you off, if Miss Ann get robbed out there and that all happened to the white lady in the studio, just a white woman, a period white woman. Is she told? Is she a snitch?
No. If she not in the streets and not doing anything, and she's not well, because you could say portraying the image is not being in the street. Because it's because I portray a bravado or image. To make money. That doesn't mean that I'm
exactly.
I'm just using this image to make me money. So that doesn't mean I'm in the streets. So people can get too confused by what you say out of your mouth.
Right.
And that can lead to people to have a mixed opinion about you and say, because you're saying you killing all these people selling all these drugs, and doing all these things, and then you get caught up and go to prison, or you get caught up in a situation where as though somebody rob you or kidnap you, and then you want to tell, it's gonna make people look at you a little funny. I want to say something too. Firstly, don't forget to hit the like button, please. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to become a member if you're able to. Shout out to Salahuddin Sharif, $15.50 for the donation. We appreciate that. But yeah, so for me, if he's a law-abiding citizen, and he's portraying an image to be a rapper or something that, because think about it, Gucci, how old is he, like maybe 40 something, I believe now?
Yeah, should be in his 40s.
He got kids.
Yeah.
You see?
We the hell with that aspect.
But hear me out. I don't know what he's doing and wherever he's living at in Atlanta, wherever he's at. I don't know what he's doing. But, so if he's really like just a law-abiding citizen and somebody kidnapped him because he had an honorable contract in place with this rapper. So I don't know what's going on before. So,
but evidently it was honorable because he signed it.
Yeah, so he signed it. This is a legal document. This is a legal document stating that we have a business agreement in place. And then the person is mad. So I'm just going off of speculations or whatever. So a person is mad and wants out of that contract, and now that person involves illegal activity into legal activity. So now we have a legal conversation, have a legal documentation stating that this is the business aspect, and you bringing in guns into this.
Guns, ski masks, and
that's because he's wrong. So
robbery, you know what I mean?
So
you snatching bracelets off and
is Gucci Mane wrong for?
If Gucci Mane is living a law-abiding citizen, a lifestyle, if we got the if there, parentheses, the if he's living this lifestyle and he went ahead and, and these allegations are true that he gave up these statements, he's not wrong. The police protect him. Taxpayers' dollars is you're protected by the police. Your taxpayer, the part of that, them taxes go towards the police force. So they're paid from your dollars that you work hard for, 40 hours a week, 80 hours a week, whatever you do, that is yours. Now, when you're on the other side of the law and your taxpayer dollars come from, shooking and jiving, shaking and baking, cooking and shaking, you know what I'm talking about? Your taxpayer dollars come from everything right off the top. You got to go get that man. If you told on him, you out of pocket. You's a rat. You live by a whole nother code. You ain't going by the code of the United States.
All right, so I'm asking you this, right? This is a crazy scenario. Say somebody, they sell drugs during the day, but they got a job by night.
Yeah, you can't straddle the fence. Ain't no straddling the fence.
Time out. Listen, time out. A person sells drugs during the day, has a 9 to 5 at night. He get on the bus to go to work at 9, 10 o'clock at night. He get robbed. He ain't got no drugs on him, but he just going to work. He got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If he tells, is he a rat?
Yes, because he's straddling the fence. You can't be straddling the fence. You gotta be one or the other, bro.
Okay.
That's just it. You ain't gonna get because you do a little bit of hustling because you work too. No, nigga, you out here in these streets and you know what come with that.
Okay.
You straddling the fence. Ain't no if, ands, or buts. It's either white or black. Ain't nothing else.
Okay.
If he out there,
I gotta agree with that.
When he get off work and he out there shooking and jamming and bamming and jamming and coming up and then something happen, he tell, I don't care about that 16-hour shift you just put in and all that and got them taxes deducted from all that. Nah, nigga, your ass is a rat. That's just it. Yeah. It's either you over here or you over there. Ain't no, I was halfway in between both. Nah, ever.
But now that you say that, we still gotta see if Gucci Mane is, doing these things. But he seemed like he's living a legal life, and now they kidnap him and put guns on. But then another thing I heard, I'm not saying this is true. I don't know. This is just all speculation for us. We're just speaking about it. Pooh Shiesty, his dad was supposed to have told or something like that before. Is that what they were saying in the media? His dad.
Yes. They said he. Yes. They said that Pooh Shiesty dad was an informant somewhere along the line. These are just allegations. I'm gonna look deeper into it. I don't really like Sprint, but I read that. They said that and you know, a lot of these things come out. I don't know if it's fake news, but they said the man told before.
Yeah, because also
I don't know, y'all in there, y'all probably could find it for me real fast. Man, family, text back in the chat, but Pooh Shiesty dad has supposed to have been an informant already before this even happened. But I may be wrong. But pull it up for me, y'all.
Yeah. And now, Pooh Shiesty, let's go to him. This situation now for him, he just came home months ago, right? A few months ago. I don't know when exactly he came home, but he just came home a few months ago. He get this case. Feds is all over it. Ankle monitor still on, GPS, whatever tracking, gonna put him at the scene of the crime, whatever case may be. What is it looking like for him? Is he gonna come home off of this, or they might try to slam him?
Who you talking about, Pooh Shiesty?
Yeah.
Hold up. What's the question you just asked?
You all right today?
Yeah.
All right. So he I said Pooh Shiesty at the scene of the crime. He supposedly did this thing, whatever, to Gucci Mane. So they arrest him. He just came home months ago.
Right.
They got his GPS because he got the ankle monitor on, along with other things. Other people saying he probably was at the scene. I mean, I think they got camera footage and whatever the case may be. His case now, or this situation now with him, what do you think is the outcome? Is he going to get slammed by this?
Man, Pooh Shiesty might have slid down a razor blade into an alcohol river, man. If Gucci was to give up these statements, man, and they got his GPS monitor at the scene of where they saying all this, criminal activity took place, this joint an open and shut case, man. Pooh Shiesty already got a 922G that he did time for the 4 years. Convicted felon in the possession of a firearm. Now you got another one along with other charges to add to that.
And on paperwork.
What you mean?
He on paperwork. He on.
On so that's a direct violation. Man, Pooh Shiesty done slid down a razor blade into an alcohol river, and this is not me saying, yeah, I'm happy Pooh Shiesty got this time. No, I like Pooh. I like the style he was on. I like his rap flow. I like everything about Shorty, man. It's just Shorty, he took a wrong turn, man. You know that movie Wrong Turn? Pooh Shiesty rolled down that alleyway that they was talking about, man. If he, man, this joint bad, man. If they got, because they got footage, they got, the GPS monitor is, collaborating the story, whatever story is out. A robbery is taking place at this location. All right, well, this person said you did it. Okay, all right, you know how we can know if you was at least there, to collaborate these allegations, at least there?
Ankle monitor.
All we got to do is check that monitor. Oh, yeah, the monitor says you was there at the time he said he was robbed. Okay, so boom, we gonna go ahead and, man, this shit just getting crazier and crazier, man.
To come home, right? And for me, like, I don't know the stipulations of the contract, right? I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. But once you sign an agreement with somebody, that's it, bro. It's upon you to honor that contract, whatever it may be. You can't say, yo, let me out of contract, or I'm going to kidnap you and rob you. What you going to do?
No, you can't do that, man. Especially when you're dealing with money, man. When you're dealing with money, I ain't never had no situation where I'm assuming that when you're dealing with some, some cash, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 or whatever better, we ain't talking about no $200-$300.
Yeah.
$50, back room talks. Take this little dub, and I'm dub meaning $20. We talk about some cash, man. So some things come with that. Security. I ain't talking about security with guns. I'm talking about paperwork. That's a different type of security. Lawyers. This is a whole nother platform than getting a regular paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I think anyway. I'm not saying like I actually been through it and went through it. I'm not on talking from that experience. I'm talking from experience of me seeing others that may be in them positions and how they conduct their business. A business that I want to get to. So you can't conduct yourself in that manner in that type of field, man. You got the police for things like even if the most I would go and say he would be cool for doing is, you might be 2-3 years or a year into your contract. You might think you out work that contract. I'm understanding because I'm looking at all aspects. You might be like, well, damn, I signed and you gave me $200,000, but shit, we bought in $3 million. You don't think, but even though I signed that, that you know, that I'm bound to that for whatever long we signed. But if we meant, let's sit down and rework it, and you see deals get reworked.
Correct.
Because it's done the right way.
Yeah.
It's not done with me putting a gun in your face and I'm telling my bro or my pop, yeah, stand him up. Give me this chain and you're going to sign this. That's going to lead you straight to the penitentiary.
Yeah, that's like back when, you know.
Like when we had the sack. That's some shit we'd do when we got the bag on the table.
No, I'm saying like, you know, Suge Knight and them were doing that type of stuff. You can't do that stuff no more.
Yeah.
It's too much, you know, it's too many cameras. It's just too much going on. Too GPS. Like now you there now. Pooh Shiesty, he came home and it seemed like he was doing really, really good for himself. Every time I seen him with some money.
Everybody probably turn it off or turn it back on if you can't hear. We can hear on our end. Hopefully it's a minor issue. But just turn it back off. We refresh it and then come on back in if you can't hear. But I'm quite sure I'm only seeing a couple people saying it though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's Pooh Shiesty, man. You know, I'm not saying what I'm saying is correct and this is going to happen to him. I just know a little bit so I could give y'all a little bit of information. And a little bit I know if these allegations are come to be true, and Gucci do go in there and tell on that man, whether, you know, Gucci man is a rat or a civilian, regardless of what side you picked in that question, Pooh Shiesty at the end of the day did it to himself, man. He did it to himself, man. You wouldn't. That's like you going. He might as well went and robbed the bank. He might as well went in there and said, "Open up the vote that got the 19 million." And like that. That's the equivalent of the crime. Like you not out here conducting drug deals in the back alleyway where you making pop, 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 and take the bag and get away and everything be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you got bigger things at stake here, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? Here you go, not on duty. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got things, look, this man came home and ran up a bag, bro. I feel sorry for him. Like, not sorry, but I got sent like, damn, man, if you committed a crime, you got to do the time. But my sorriness come from
lost opportunity.
Yeah, man, not because, you know, I don't want y'all to get my words misconstrued and be like, damn, how you working for the, I'm not, you know, you can't break law. You can't break law. You just can't do it, man. That's just it. Ain't no other way. Ain't no, well, what about this? No, it's just that, man. You can't break law, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So my sorrow and sympathy for Pooh Shiesty is this man was climbing, man. I'm talking about, and then not only was he climbing, right? He already took a major fall. Going to jail ain't no easy thing, especially for an artist at his. He was climbing at his height when he went to jail. He got sentenced. He did 4 years. That's not no little bit of ass time. And to come home and get yourself together in that manner that fast.
He's making money. He probably at least, I know he made at least $1 million.
You know what I'm saying? Before he just like he did that.
Now he came home. He did.
Yeah.
I thought he made at least $1 million.
You know what I'm saying? For him and his family. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, like, and you do that within he ain't been home a year.
Not even 5 months.
He fresh out the gate. Fresh out the gate. And then that's what my like, damn, bro. Like this time, if he get convicted of shit like this, it ain't gonna be no 4 years. I guarantee you that.
About 10 to 20.
10 to 20. That might be his plea deal.
Or feds.
That might be his plea deal. He coming back in there with another. And now, if he get booked with this again, he gonna get a 924C now. He coming from a possession of a firearm to a firearm protect. You know, I don't know if it's the 924C that's protecting drugs.
Yeah.
We gonna find out what that is if you're brandishing using it to like harm or scare a motherfucker up, and that's what like the charges are gonna like. It's gonna be different now. And now he got to worry about that, and then that's a direct violation. Yeah, even if he take a dime, the violation will take him over a dime. Because they don't run that together. This ain't the state. This is a whole different ball game. So if you're out there, man, and you playing on this side of the fence or that side of the fence, man, just be cautious, man. Listen to certain things, man, that people got to say about staying out that penal system, man. Like we up here, man, to bring you awareness at an alarming rate, not to, you know, make your heart get big about going to jail. No, ain't nobody. That's not the message by any means necessary. You to be going to jail and you supposed to stay. Now you was a damn fool if you go, because I was a goddamn fool. You know, we telling you how to, you know, I'm not saying you ain't out of pocket for doing this and doing that. You know, if you gotta live, you gotta live. Whatever you do, you gotta stand on at the end of the day. But what I am going to do, what we are doing, is telling you, if you do decide to do that and you get caught, prepare yourself for this, because that shit is coming at an alarming rate, and that's just it.
So yeah, so Pooh Shiesty, man. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with this case. I don't know, but it just seemed like it's like, you know, there's so many obstacles in your way as far as you getting your freedom back. From what I see, I don't know. It just them feds. Once you get into the feds, man, they come and now, dude, when they come to arrest you, it's like. It's like you can't even.
They don't be just messing up, bro. They don't just do cases and then beat it and they just.
He got arrested like the same day or the next day or something like that.
Something like that. That when they went and raided his premises and all that, man. I just heard something about it. The next thing it was full blown, and I'm like, oh snap, this joint got serious.
Mm.
Man, and then now I'm sitting there with my mouth ajar, like just watching the TV, looking like, well, what the hell is going on? Because I can't believe it. Like I'm, as we say, these are allegations. I'm not saying he did it. But for to even be in the atmosphere to where as though you could be even, blamed for doing something like that is crazy, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm staying away from all type of, come on, man. Like, not to say that you can't get mistaken, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm not going around that. And like I told y'all before, if I decided I wanted to do that, I wouldn't have been there. Come on, man. I'm not saying do that and that's how you go about doing it. No, I'm not saying none of that. If I chose that route, I wouldn't have been there. That's how much jail would have set me straight the first time around.
Another thing, I don't be knowing the actual situation that's around these actual allegations or these scenarios, but this other rapper, Offset, he supposed to got shot by somebody, and they saying that he told. Now,
I ain't hear that.
This is what they saying. I don't know. I read that. Did you read that, Tawfiq? Yeah, like I read that he's supposedly telling on this guy named CJ or TJ, whatever his name.
Something. I seen that too, but I ain't see. They just show when I seen it. They said they had an argument. They got into it and shots was thrown. And he was shot in his buttocks or something.
Yeah, they said the boy was walking, the boy was walking while the camera was filming, and he was saying something about him telling. Now Offset, I don't know what kind of music do Offset make. Is he making like gangster music?
I really don't listen to them dudes, man. I don't know. We got to ask the audience
what kind of music they making.
Like that's not not to say that I'm not saying that
All right. Well, do you ever listen to anything that he made? Was it like gangster or was it like just like good music? Supposedly, so supposedly good music. This is the word, but it's not gangster or it's a little bit of everything. As far as with the y'all left, I don't know.
His name Little TJ.
Okay. No, that's my nephew. You got the same name as me, man. That's all that is. He Trauma Z107. That's my nephew. But yeah, so he got so they saying that he told. Now, if he's a rapper living a rapper's life, I guess he fall under the same guidelines. Like, hey, listen, you can't tell. Or is he a law-abiding citizen as well?
Man, if he listen, it's not this is not hard. This shit is A-B and this shit white and black, bro. If he's up there portraying and he ain't out there living it like that make it wrong though. Because a person gonna look at you wrong, but a lot of people get up there, artists, and they portray something that they ain't, and by them, that makes them blow up by talking that street lingo. But it's a lot of dudes that talk that street stuff and ain't street. And if he ain't street and he not out there saying all he doing is performing his, his lyrics is like he's street, and he tricked you. Cause now he told on your ass. He really a law-abiding citizen. He tricked you. That nigga was never gangster. You blame it on your goddamn self.
Is there anybody that we know that's in the hood that was like I don't really know. I don't really know nobody that was like a law-abiding citizen that got robbed. I do. Old heads robbed the store back in the day. Not laughing at it, but they robbed the store back in the day. And it was an old head that we knew in the hood. But he ain't tell. Old head ain't tell. He ain't tell. But it's just unfortunate because these types of scenarios are going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening, and people are going to keep trying to take things into their own hands. When you have a contract or have a legal document in place, it's always best, for my opinion, to make sure you have a lawyer there to assist you in actually reviewing the contract before you sign it. Because at the end of the day, business is business. Once we have an agreement in place that we all agree upon, then it makes sense. Because I'm not trying to make this as a religious thing, but for us in our religion, a contract is not valid if the contract just supports me and doesn't make you happy, or vice versa. The contract is for you to make you happy, but make me unhappy, then the contract is null and void. So I think that people got to really have, you know, some type of agreement in place to where, so the contract, it makes sense for everybody, because at the end of the day, the goal is for everybody to get money, but people can be greedy. And I can understand his frustration, but the way that he may have went about it, if that's the true what happened, you went about it all wrong, and then you ultimately see that there's going to be consequences behind what you do and how you do it. And now Gucci Mane is in his crib, mansion, whatever he living at, condo, whatever he got going on, whatever he has, he's living over there with his wife and kids, and now you're locked up in the cell with Big Bubba and all of them.
But that's the price you got to pay.
And that's not an even trade-off.
Nowhere near it. Boy, you talk about that's not an even trade.
You just came out here like wearing what you want to wear, drive what you. I saw something where he had like all his cars and video, drive what you want to drive, you know, and then you're on house arrest, and they still let you go wherever you want to go. Because they know you got to make money. They just want to keep a GPS on you to make sure you're not doing nothing.
That's it.
You got all these things in your favor, and you go throw it away behind a contract, and you still making money. Well, you could let your lawyers deal with that. Or even like if that's your man, yo, yeah, man, I want to know if we can rework this. You know, I paid this back. I recouped all this. Can we just rework the situation and fix it? 9 times out of 10, if that's his man, he gonna rework that contract. Because the ultimate goal is for us to continue to make money. I can't hold you hostage, and if I do, you sign that contract. So you gotta really, you know what I mean? Really be mad at yourself, honestly.
Yeah.
But I would feel the type of way too, like that. You got me in a situation, a bad contract, you my man, and you ain't trying to let me out. It's not fair. That's not conducive to our relationship. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah.
But